Oh, you absolutely can still enter as a T1 sub and a non-sub. You don't even need to be a sub to enter it. You just have to be here on the day of the huge away, which is the 30th, to do that. So you don't need to be a sub at all to enter it. Just got to be here tomorrow. Wonderful news, Cohh contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. Okay. Relaire says, so you need to remember either way. Not if you're a teacher sub, Relaire. Relaire, you are... Brood Lair is difficult. Okay. Hey, VidPro, how are you? According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the wars secession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Nice. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Great concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears to have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus. Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and an Asahi? This bodes super good. Geonosis movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thingrid and Schemagier will be able to shed some light on their activities when they return. Hey, Dan Billy. Until such times as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so, thanks to in part with the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. 7,000 Potatoes says, as a resident of Quebec, I assume that none of this is relevant to you. That is correct. As a resident of Quebec, none of this is relevant to you. Yes. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timings, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lominsons, in particular, struggle in their efforts as Alphino and Ishtola have been called upon to aid them. King Grim says, what is wrong with Quebec? It is notoriously illegal in Quebec to do giveaways, raffles, things like that. Yeah, they don't allow it, basically. So long as we, at least from exterior places, I don't know all the details. I am by no means I'm not a legal guru of Quebec, which is why we must succeed. Exactly. Quebec doesn't allow fun. Oh, okay. Are there laws against that? Okay. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's respite? I shall show Sid the way. Okay. It requires equal prizes chances for Quebec only. Okay. Quebec likes doing everything different. They pride themselves on it. Well, good for Quebec. Good for them. More power to them. For those asking further questions on Quebec, please do your own research. Nobody in this chat or me knows the details. Do your own research. Okay. Okay. It's Sid! Sid! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. Still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on some other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that, like, that Grahatia holds knowledge that no one else in existence knows about. Like, he's just like this goofy little kid, like to us, this goofy little like starry-eyed kid, but at the same time, he's he like holds the knowledge of how to traverse time and space. Very kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Oh, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. Yeah, he's hundreds of years old, exactly, which is even crazier. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating them might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Well, we say that he's hundreds of years old, but here's the thing that's important to remember. He's hundreds of years old, but he was slumbering for a lot of it, and when he woke up, he extended his life by joining with the tower. So he very well may have frozen himself in time. He didn't age like a normal person. So even though he has physically gone through hundreds of years, he may have not like mentally grown up like a person does. Like, he may have just been the same frozen in time person the entire time, gaining more information, but not exactly growing up in the common sense, you know? So he's not like 100 years old. No, he said that he used the tower to prolong his life indefinitely. And even so, I mean, when he went into the tower, I mean, he said he lived for hundreds of years since coming to the first. Well, and no, here's my point. I'm not saying he slept for 100 years. I'm not saying he slept for all his time. I'm saying that being in the tower may have prevented him from growing up, essentially. Like a Peter Pan syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, he was existing for that long, but that doesn't mean he was necessarily growing up for that long. Does that make sense? Like, the Peter Pan people lived for probably hundreds of years too, but they never actually grew up. So, like, yes, like, well, like me? No, I get older every day. Please. You see my beard? Okay, anyway. Sounds far-fetched? Sounds far-fetched. In Final Fantasy XIV, that sounds far-fetched. Oh, okay, cool. Well, let's put that argument to rest then. It's a little too off the wall. Anyway. I knew I could rely on you, and anticipating that might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose that contains an Allagan dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Thank you, Pal May. Pal May, you have been a sniper today. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, girl. Have you seen my beard? Dude, I've been balding and graying since I was 19. Nice, Gimme Tokyo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a bald spot. I'm surprised I don't already. My brother-in-law was like pretty much half bald by his mid-30s. So I don't know what's going on here. It's weird. I think I'm actually gonna try to grow my hair out and see if I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but I might try. The password is freedom. America. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? My hair is just being held on by the beanie. That's true. Good point. Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password freedom. We're gonna go through all this, and the entire report is gonna be how iconic corruption is irreversible and there's nothing you can do. Hey, dude. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the aether of the soul. Oh. This sounds like it's going to be on the test. Said aether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. Damn. Total soul corruption. We have an example. Exposure to the aether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause the subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. Who is that? Trial series. Oh, cool. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth aspected magics as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Oh. Wait, tempered people can eventually become monsters? Changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributed to the elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, making the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. What data center are we on? We are on Aether. The server is Genova. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Nice transition, bro. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. Yeah, that's right. So when they got enough light in their soul, it would become corrupted to the point they turn into a sin eater. Yeah. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. Damn. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision. For my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. Wow. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in hopes that one day someone will undertake to do which I could not, to find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption and recording. Wow, so it really was that. Well, I have no idea how to cure it. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye now. Ooh. We're not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. He was tempered himself. What? More importantly, this confirms the stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem. Angelo can remedy that. Well, it's part of the problem. True, yet we were simply to reanimate a tempered soul. I fear it would do not but diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were. Of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith, which would come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory seems sound. Our experiment treat the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. Are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. Indeed, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I cannot recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Really? We can have a stubble in Endwalker? That's really important. Awesome. See, notes to this were built in the ability to stimulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing stimulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years worth of tests within the space of a few days. Oh, that's good. Good. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. It'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Here's the meat man. He said, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? Keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Yeah, and he thought that he was going to get thrown out. Wait, a password that can be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. He wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many of my many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Grahati and I can view the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Okay. Taken to the Skystone manufacturing in Ishgard as a ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. Here's the well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Oh. You know, I know a few people at the Sky Steel Manufactory. It's cool. Dykram, 18 months. Hey, Cohh and chat. Sneaky Ardbird here. Wanted to say I'm glad everyone enjoyed the appearances, and I had an amazing time doing it. That highlight vid read and tech that was put together was great. I hope you enjoy the rest of Shadowbringers and EW Beyond. Zikram, with the 18 months, it was awesome, and thank you. Those were so much fun, dude. A lot of creativity there. Really appreciate it, man. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Applause, please.
Applause, please. That's right. Not you. Here. Brommelhout. That normal quest you skipped over is your level 80 class quest. Oh man, I miss this music. It's so good. So good.
My friend, after the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
You are a big bird, aren't you? Bye.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Easy.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
He's speaking with such zeal. I love it.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport.
Yo, we got 2 airships now. Awesome.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
In this matter, because all the previous ones you've been so withholding. Cool. Oh, crap. Yeah, quick reminder that the VA in 5, 4, and 5 was done during COVID from home. Yep. So that also means they probably didn't have like the same type of direction that they have. With voice acting of this quality, generally they have like, they'd probably be in a booth, and the person who has a vision of how everyone should sound is generally on another piece of glass telling them exactly how to sound. So in a situation like this, they probably did it totally differently. Yeah. Yeah, having a director is awesome because they're like the backbone that makes everyone sound solid. Whoa. When I did the recording for the lines in Cyberpunk, it was like that situation. I actually flew out to California to do it, and the director was there, the Cyberpunk audio director, and like every time I'd say a line, pretty much every single line, he would be like, okay, he'd give me like a 3 to 5 sentence preface for, okay, for this line, you're thinking this, you're doing this, you want to do it at this volume, you're standing like this, there's people in front of you, you're trying to talk to them. Like it was wild. It was very cool. The dude knew exactly what he wanted. Same for Owlcat also, for Pathfinder, except that was done over the phone. Like I was in the booth and the guy called in and
who
he
would
was
have
in
thought
the thing listening
ceruleum
live.
weighed so much?
Wow, they did all the lifting.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Christoph, yeah, I voiced him too.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
Was I buddying up with Keanu Reeves during breaks? I wish he was not there.
Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
I heard some great stories about Keanu Reeves while I was there, though.
We have also succeeded in configuring the
I didn't see
terminals,
him.
thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero.
Hi, Nero.
You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand,
I love his
I have
glasses.
no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
Yeah, Sid's voice is different. It sounds different.
That wasn't the
He's got more of
only
an accent.
reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 paths to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
His voice has gotten more gruff, and he's putting on more.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
It's noticeable. It's very noticeable. Yeah. I think the voice actor forgot the Sid voice. It just sounds deeper. It's
All
deeper
appears to be
and
in
more,
order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic.
and more.
Why not take this
active.
opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Yeah, exactly. If it was recorded at home, it could also just be the recording equipment. Yep. It could absolutely just be the recording equipment. I think this was all done out of the UK, right? In which case they probably did it at like the same location. So yeah.
Damn it. It's overloading.
Chief! She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you.
Really? A little ding sound? Really? Really?
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Is that my new streaming room? Yes.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Whoops.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Hey, thank you, Roast Rocker.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Black Philosopher 420 says, I've been following since Final Fantasy 16, I think you mean 15,
Thank
and
you.
Persona 5. Do you have a favorite RPG?
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Honestly, I play so many games, like it's, especially when it's, I would need a more specific genre. But like in terms of RPGs, I definitely like CRPGs. Like Owlcat, like Pathfinder, that kind of stuff. Baldur's Gate 3 is also shaping up to be amazing. I really enjoyed Wasteland 3. But if you mean like JRPG, the Final Fantasies, man, I'd have to really sit down and think about it. And then you could also mean like first-person RPGs, which is another category. Open world RPGs. It just keeps going and going. Yeah. Tales of Arise. I started Tales of Arise, but I didn't finish it. Yeah. Deus Ex. I don't know if I'd really call Deus Ex an RPG. I mean, it has RPG elements, but I don't know. I saw somebody, like some dude on Twitter made a top 10 best Western RPGs of all time, and he put Deus Ex on the list. Don't get me wrong, Deus Ex is one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite game of all time, the original Deus Ex, in terms of like having a meaningful impact in my life. And seeing Deus Ex on a top 10 list for RPGs was weird. I mean, I've always seen it. I mean, I guess it is, because it does have a skill system and you gain experience, and you have a quest journal and there's side quests and exploit. Yeah, I guess it is. It's just a little weird to call it that, I guess. Well, if we're really testing something like just Gaboo. Right on Gaboo. Yeah, your choices absolutely affect the story. Part of the things that made Deus Ex so revolutionary was that it blended genres. That's true. That's a really good way to do. That's a really good way to talk about it. Yeah, but I guess it would be an RPG is a big part of it. Yeah.